I had to try to rehabilitate this little gem myself.
So, that video came across my feed. I'm gonna ask that if you're watching my video, please don't click back to the original video, and if you do, don't bother commenting on it. I'd like to talk about how this creator is either lying to us, which is the best case scenario, or breaking the law, which is not the best case scenario. So let's start with the assumption that he's lying to us. His claim is that he found a 3-month-old orphaned leucistic baby possum, and that he took in this possum and wildlife experts told him that he personally should raise it. So finding a leucistic possum, it's not impossible, they do happen in nature, but it's very unlikely because it is a double recessive gene. But you know where they are commonly found? The exotic pet trade. So not only is he claiming to have found this rare type of possum in the wild, but he's saying that he found one at 3 months old, which is a very interesting age because possums are weaned at 3 months old, but they usually stay with their mothers until 4.5 to 5 months old. It's kind of funny to me that he just so happened to find one that could survive without the mother, but would still need a little bit of help. Did you know that's actually really common in the exotic pet trade to take animals from their mothers before they're ready to be on their own, to kind of force a bond, because wild animals just don't connect with human beings the same way our domestic ones do, like cats or dogs? Just something to think about. Finally, he said that wildlife experts, whatever that's supposed to mean, said that he should take in this possum and raise it. So just to clear the air, no self-respecting wildlife expert is going to tell a random non-rehabber to raise and rehabilitate an animal. So first off, there's only 4 states where you can even own a possum without needing a permit. Reasonably, in most places, it's completely illegal to raise wildlife without any kind of wildlife rehabilitation permit because you don't know what you're doing. And getting these permits doesn't just happen overnight. You have to do training, you have to take classes, you have to volunteer, you have to prove that you know what you're doing. There's applications, there's the approval process, there's showing that you have the proper enclosure. Like Alabama has some of the fewest prerequisites required to become a wildlife rehabilitator. It still takes effort that's not going to be accomplished overnight. As somebody who's had a couple of jobs where I was working for the state, I can guarantee you that that paperwork alone isn't going to happen overnight. More commonly, states will be more like mine, where they require years of doing work to prove that you know what you're doing. It's very easy for people to unalive wildlife if they don't understand how to actually rehabilitate them. Which also, he didn't rehabilitate this possum. The possum's still living with him. If it's done correctly, even oddballs like this possum can be successfully released. So personally, I think he just got a pet possum and is using his possum for educational purposes, which is great, but he's lying. At least I'd like to believe that he's just lying about this pet possum he bought instead of either not giving us all the information or actively breaking the law.